You know, I roll a blunt better than them bitches in Havana. Okay, 49er faithful. The 49ers currently sitting at 3-3, season on the edge, injuries, inconsistent play, a looming showdown with the Kansas City Chiefs. Is this team built for a turnaround, or are we watching the 49ers beginning to fall apart? Trade deadline is around the corner. Questions are swirling. Should the 49ers make a move or stay exactly where we are? Today, we break down the highs, the lows, and what's next for the red and gold. This is the 49 Problems. It's time to figure out whether or not this season can still be saved. Ray?
Jay.
Garcia? Kyle J. Vigil? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is Kyle Shanahan. You are now tuning into the 49 Problems, where these two guys try to act like they know more than me. All they do is talk shit. 100% unfiltered, uncut fan reactions. Here to talk about all the drama. And now your hosts, Kyle J. Vigil and Ray J. Garcia. Assholes.
Hey, my helmet's as big as that.
For real, huh? What? Oh, it's perspective because that one's farther away. That's called an magic trick. That's an illusion. Give yourself a round of applause, right? Welcome to the show. This is the 49 Problems podcast. You are currently recorded live in Woodland, California. Not to dox ourselves, Ray. How we feeling on this fine Thursday evening?
A little bit tired.
What up? A little tired?
A little bit tired, but all in all, feeling kind of good. I got a little bit of good news today.
Did you get some good news? Like what?
Not necessarily good news, but just kind of like more or less gonna get some appreciation, you know.
Oh, nice. Something to make you feel good.
Yeah, people I'm working for, not my company.
Yeah.
I mean, my company's happy with me on the job I'm doing, but the people that hired us to do the work,
Yeah.
it's kind of like pull me aside. It's like, hey, at the end of this job, I'm gonna give you a nice bonus.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You always like to hear that. Being recognized for your hard work. You know what I mean?
A little steak dinner.
Yeah.
You already told me at the beginning, you know, I'm gonna buy you guys steak, this nice steak dinner, something like that.
Yeah.
Cool, you know.
Yeah, you like that type of shit. That's the type of little things like that, though, that sometimes they kind of go a long way, you know? And then,
So it's not necessarily like a monetary bonus, but more of a bonus of like appreciation bonus,
Yeah.
you know. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, sometimes stuff like that, it goes a long way.
that's why I said like not from my work.
Yeah.
Work's happy. It's just more of the customers like going out of his way to give me real extra.
Yeah.
You know.
We need a win bonus this week, bro. How you feeling right now? Sitting at 3-3. Crazy season once again.
Coming into who we playing? Kansas City?
Yep. We're playing the most so not just this season, right? Like back to Shanahan's first Super Bowl.
Oh, no. That I was gonna get into that before you even. So we're playing Kansas City. I think are they the underdogs, slight underdogs right now?
Yeah, I heard Kruger talking about it.
They're slight underdogs.
Like a 1.5 point.
But the thing is, Shanahan's never beaten Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
And yeah,
he's never beaten.
Never beaten him, bro.
Since they've been together, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well,
Like that's his nemesis right now.
So
So how do I feel? I don't feel too comfortable that we're gonna win. I mean,
yeah,
I'm kind of hoping that we at least make it competitive and make it lose by a field goal and not get blown out.
You know what's funny? Like, because we've been in this situation, I don't know how many times, right?
But I'm rooting for us to win.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I want to get into that as to why, right? And that's the theme of this. That's the theme of this episode. Is you know, you said it last week. No faith, but I'm faithful. The theme of this episode, obviously, is Chiefs Week, and we have an announcement for the podcast. Kyle J. Vigil, will be going to his first official game, courtesy of the one and only Ray J. Garcia. So, for making that happen, putting that together, the 49 Problemz is going on his first road trip and to Santa Clara.
Show them off.
Shit, that shit was popping.
Make
the
the
new
official,
stickers.
Make the official.
I posted it on Instagram.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but we got some stickers made. Some short notice, just
Real
to
quick.
start handing them out.
I was able to come up through a family friend who has season tickets that couldn't make the game, so they reached out and offered them to me. I couldn't pass it up,
Hell yeah!
so I had to naturally invite.
Something we've been talking about. You know what I mean? Like for a minute that we need to do. You know, together.
Is this wrong? Did I call you my co-host, even though?
Well, you're my co-host.
Yeah,
It's our show.
so just especially the fact that it's Kansas City, and
Yeah,
fingers crossed we get our first win against Mahomes and Reed.
yeah.
But anyways, here's one of them: 49 Problemz podcast,
See the RGDC podcast Instagram. You can find us there.
and then the next one. So if you're going out to the game, look for us. You get a sticker, red and gold till I'm dead and cold.
That's where you can find us on YouTube.
Yeah, so a couple stickers we got to take. Like I said, it was a short notice, and
Yeah.
we didn't have much time. Kind of,
It's gonna be fun to hand them out and stuff.
yeah.
See my stickers, cousin? Go ahead. You can have those.
Nice.
Cousin approved. But yeah, I've been like now I'm like seeing people every time I see someone with an Iron jersey, I'm like, fuck, I wish I had my stickers on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have to get some more.
Nah, you know what? I'll get the next batch.
But just back to, like again, the theme of this week, it being the Chiefs. Did you know that 2022, Brock Purdy's first season, right? Before he got hurt, week 7, we had just traded for Christian McCaffrey, and we were going up against Kansas City, and we were 3-3, and we lost that game, got blown the fuck out, and we went 3-4 that year, and then they didn't win another game after that. That's when Christian McCaffrey started. Then we traded for him. You know what I mean? So that's something else we're going to get into later. But
Well, they're talking about a blockbuster trade right now.
yeah,
If they're going to make a blockbuster trade before the deadline.
yeah.
So
I want to talk. Yeah, I want to get
Maybe-
into some of that.
maybe history might repeat itself.
Maybe, but so I was saying like deja vu. Like how many times have we been in this situation where it's like the 49ers season relies on one of these games? And I've seen a lot of people saying like, oh, even if we lose, like, oh, they've lost it before and they've turned it around. But I'm like, bro, I'm looking at it like this, bro. Like you said, our preseason prediction, I think you and I both said we didn't even. I know. I was like, I don't even want to win this game, bro. Like to me, before we were where we're at right now, right? I didn't know how bad this team was going to be at some point at some of these games, but I said if we won this game, it would be like a slap in our face because this isn't the game we were supposed to win. We were supposed to win the Super Bowl. But now I'm like, we have to win this game because I feel like if we don't, I feel like Kyle Shanahan will definitely lose the locker room, bro.
No,
You don't think so? Losing a
I feel like we have to win this game because, like,
to save our season
No, like I said, this is Kyle Shanahan's nemesis right here.
right
He's
now.
never been able to overcome Mahomes and Andy Reid. You know what I mean? And then you bring up Spagnuolo. He's just one more
Layer
piece
to the
one more piece to that puzzle to
Yeah.
find out how to. But I think we have to win this game for Shanahan,
yeah.
for the players. You know what I mean? Shanahan.
Yeah.
All these players that have been with Shanahan since the beginning, have lost to Kansas City the whole time. George Kittle, when he lost in the Super Bowl, I will be back.
And what did he do
I
last
will
year?
get redemption. You know what I mean?
He had 2 catches.
So
Yeah.
they got a chip on their shoulder about this game too. It's not just it's so.
All right.
I think this game's bigger
Yeah.
than
It is.
Than just a win or a loss.
Yeah, and you're setting like I said, you're setting the theme, you're setting the how would you say the stage for this episode. And I want to get more into the Chiefs game like towards the end of the show. I want to close it out with like our official preview or our official prediction, what you and I would think later in the episode. So this week we had, there was George Kittle. I think there was a couple injuries. Late today, I seen Debo was in a no contact jersey out there at Pearsall. Pearsall was practicing, but Debo's out there with no contact. Supposedly Jawan's hurt now.
So Debo's got a wrist. Sore wrist.
So let's talk injuries. Let's talk about. I wanted to ask you.
Jawan's got a
hip injury. I wanted to ask you about the whole Pearsall. Like that, to me, like that was like the whole buzz, like topic of the week was Pearsall being back. How do you feel about that?
Same thing with Dre Greenlaw.
What do you mean?
It's exciting to talk about. It's a buzz. It's something for
media
to throw out there. But do you think he's going to make an impact the first game? You think he's going to?
That's a good question.
You think he's even going to play this week?
That's exactly where I wanted to take.
You know what I
this.
mean? I don't think he's going to play. I think the window to practice opened up. Not
To play. Most definitely.
So I think the media just runs with it. Ricky Pearsall.
Okay, so not this game specifically, but
I say after the bye week.
Yeah.
The Cortez week, he'll be
shout out
Cortez.
Unpaid intern Cortez. He's been missing from the show for a minute, but he says he'll be back. But he says we don't tell him. But he's a hardworking man now, so he's never had an 8-hour job before. So
yeah,
he doesn't know what to do after work, but go to sleep. Where were we at with the injuries?
We were just
Pearsall. We're talking about Pearsall. You talking about something to talk about. The topic of the week, right?
Yeah, it's something to talk about. I don't think he's gonna. I think after the bye week he'll come back.
So, but a lot of the fans, because of the situation, right? Like you can't criticize him without people bringing up the fact that he was shot. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, okay, cool, right? Like he does have high expectations. He's a first-round draft pick on a team that, ultimately knew they were going to re-sign Brandon Ayuk. Already has Debo. Already has Juwan Jennings. Like realistically, like. And we already know Kyle Shanahan doesn't really play his rookies like that. You know what I mean?
Well, they're saying he's going to be more of a slot guy.
I've seen people saying that they got him to be a man-to-man, separation and man-to-man.
No, they say he has good separation, but they're saying they're going to line him up in the slot.
To me, when I watch his little things, bro, he looks honestly, bro. Like, and I know I'm kind of like, I like to troll a lot. Like I talk a lot of shit. He's really zesty, bro. He'd be out there dancing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd be out there like telling people, bro, like that's the last thing I feel like this team needs is another dancer, bro. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this team doesn't need no more like dancers and shit. They was out there talking about, who they asked one of the players, they were like, what do you think about Ricky? He was like, he's the swaggiest white boy I've ever seen. And then like I commented on it, and some other dude was like saying something about we have the swaggiest white boys in the team. I was like, I think we just have the highest paid white boys on the team. Or in the NFL, you know what I mean? We kind of do.
Well, no, you got Cooper Kupp on the Rams, and that's what they're comparing him to. Like,
yeah,
Kupp, like but
he ain't that big though.
They say he's not afraid to go across the middle. So
true. We've all seen everybody's seen like the plays that got him like where he got drafted at, but at the same time too, it was like a head scratcher to begin with. It was like. And I think that's what a lot of people thought. Like maybe we were going to get rid of Debo or Brandon Ayuk. Like then we are going to extend Brandon Ayuk, which they ultimately did.
But nobody thought that when Ricky Pearsall. He wasn't even talked about till the second round. So once they drafted him, it was more of a head scratcher.
No, but yeah, nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Like, yeah, why you?
They said we were drafting Cooper DeJean.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh wait, never mind, Ricky Pearsall.
See, we've covered that before. Wasn't there like a conspiracy that Lynch wanted one and Shanahan wanted the other or something?
Yeah.
And then I heard that they told certain people, certain different guys to see who the mole was, who was going to be the mole.
Because I think it was Silver that said we were getting DeJean, and then they ultimately took Pearsall or something like that.
So, Silver or Schefter.
Yeah, it's just a weird, like to me even now, right? And maybe I'm being hypercritical, like I'm like always one of the guys that says I like to wait to see players prove it, and ultimately like this dude's been through he's been put in a predicament where, not want to say a predicament, right? He can't pick where he's drafted at, So him being a first round draft pick, it's not his fault.
No,
The expectations are going to be high no matter what. But his situation being shot, like that was out of his control. But I feel like a lot of the fans are like putting it like a lot more on him now.
No,
You know what I mean? They want people are like, oh, he should come out to the Mini Man, like, and I'm like, but that's a New York song. Like people don't understand. Like, you're on a West Coast team. You know what I mean? Like that's what got him shot in the first place, probably. You know what I mean?
Who is he, Trump?
Huh?
Who is he, Trump?
Yeah, who is he, Trump? Right? You see, Trump was out there talking about Purdy on Buzzing with the Boys. Yeah, he said he was like, oh, I like that San Francisco quarterback, and I reposted it, right, and all I put was like, oh, even the goats recognize greatness, like, and some dude was like, oh, I used to repost and like all your stuff and share it. He's like, and now you want to get political. And I was just like, I just hit him with the, you know what? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Like, that's what freedom of speech is. It's whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can limit your exposure. Like, but then I was like, realized, like, right? Like, you can see who reposts your shit. Like, this will never reposted any of my shit. He's a liar. Goddamn liar, bro. What the fuck? But yeah, if you notice, bro, like, it seems like a lot of, like, the media for the NFL is, like, kind of going Republican now. There's been, like, leaning, like a lot of, like, favor on Trump.
Well, everybody is, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody, you see, they had
Trump going hard on the podcast too,
bro. They had like fucking Barack Obama out on the campaign trail at like some fucking old folks home or something.
I just checked to make sure we were recording, which we are.
Nah, you know what's pissing me off right now, bro?
What's up? Tell me. We can get into it. We need to pause. Pause.
No,
Before we pause,
we're talking about
Pearsall and
you were talking about Trump.
oh,
And got kind of political. And
oh yeah,
I was just gonna say, fucking
veering off track.
Obama was in some like old folks home.
Yeah,
And then he kind of started pointing out like, oh, we gotta get to the African American man. This. It's like you keep saying that Trump creates divide, but you're singling out certain races that you're you know what I mean? You're the one that's dividing it.
it's always an oxymoron.
And then they're saying that they're gonna give, like in California, here in California, they're gonna give reparation.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, bro? Bro, like, I'm not even into that.
Yeah, but just like because I want to add to that real quick. I was just telling my girl like with Trump going on all these podcasts, that's how you, like, the popular vote is always the most controversial one, right? Because it shows you how many Americans actually vote for somebody. It's that super delegate shit for each state that you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and that's how they be screwing, be getting screwy with shit. And I was like, that's just gonna really put Trump ahead, like where people are gonna see, like, damn, because how often do you get to listen to somebody talk for more than an hour, or like an hour at a time? Usually, like, Kamala goes on there for like 5 minutes or 15 minutes on the news, and she looks like an idiot, Supposedly she's supposed to go on Rogan, so I don't know how that's gonna work out, but yeah, it's whatever. But back to injuries real quick. I just wanted to touch on, like, I think obviously we know Hufanga's not playing. You said you had the injuries that I had to switch up real quick.
Yeah,
Injuries.
It's ridiculous.
We had the injuries with the wide receivers. I was saying George Kittle had such a good game, even though it was 10 days ago. By the time the Niners play, he probably ain't gonna do shit in this game. You know what I mean? But
Nah, you know what? I think they're gonna have to utilize Kittle, use check like they did. They're gonna have to utilize all their weapons. Ayuk's gonna have a big game, I think.
because KC still does got a good little defense, and like you might have said it like in the last episode, how the comparison between Brock and Mahomes, like how much better Brock is right now.
Yes.
Statistically, like I think Mahomes only has like 6 touchdowns, and I think he has like 6 interceptions or some shit. I could be wrong on that right now.
Yeah, but half of them got called back for PIs and shit, so he should have like 16.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just bullshit.
But the thing is, like, what I like to say too is like, oh, people could say, like, okay, like, we just seen, like this with the Niners not playing Sunday. I was watching more football. Bro, there's hella good offenses in the NFC right now, bro. I'm like, these fools are steam. Like, bro, did you see
Bro,
like that Tampa
Atlanta.
Bay New Orleans game? Atlanta, like Kirk Cousins, Detroit. And I'm like, bro, like Kyle Shanahan's this offensive genius. We're out here kicking field goals and barely fucking scoring touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on some of these games, I didn't know who to pick, bro. Like Green Bay and Detroit.
Yeah,
Fuck, I didn't know who to go with.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
I would go with the upset, like Green Bay on that one.
And then
I like the quarterback in that
Atlanta
game.
and Tampa Bay. Is it Atlanta?
That's a good one too. That's a good matchup too.
Let me see. Check.
Hey, you know what I was gonna say? I wanted to get into too. Like, we could do it here on the pod. You can help me. Is my sleeper picks. Like earlier, I bet on this Thursday night game, I fucking blew it right away. I put less yards for that full Javonte Williams on the Broncos. It was like 45 yards or less or more, and I put less, and that fool blew it like in the first quarter. Like he ran for like 50-something yards in the first half or some shit. I was like, shit, I already lost. But it was so cool. Like it's cool because of the way you like do it. Like it multiplies. Like I put I put 7 bets down, and I put $1. And it was like if I get all 7, you win $100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was saying maybe we could do something for the Niners later. But we'll wait till later.
Oh yeah.
Is game still on?
Yeah, I think Broncos are beating the shit out of the Saints right now, bro.
Let's see. So one of the topics I really want to like kind of get into you with so far this season, like the 3-3 start, right? Not how many times have we seen it, right? But I want to talk about like Brock Purdy's performance. You know what I mean? Like, or how much of it is Brock Purdy? Like, I posted a video yesterday talking about Brock Purdy holding the ball like longest in the NFL.
Yeah.
And like I was like wondering, like I wanted to kind of get into that, like Brock Purdy's performance in relation to like Shanahan's play calling, like how he calls these plays, or if this is like a result of Kyle Shanahan's system, like something like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I wanted to. What is this? Oh man, Denver fucking scraping them fools. Holy shit, 33-3. Denver scraping.
Where the
New
fuck
Orleans.
did Denver come from?
New Orleans. Derek Carr been hurt for a little bit too.
Yeah, but what's his name? Ritter?
Yeah,
Kyle Ritter? Kyle Rittenhouse?
yeah. Rittenhouse. But hey, so with that in mind, right? Like Brock Purdy's performance, like we've seen that be like the theme of this year, right? Kyle Shanahan's play calling, like Brock Purdy's performance, like inside of that, holding the ball too long, some of those situational, like passing it in those games where we're up. The theme of this week, this episode right now, going into Sunday, is Chiefs. Again, a team Kyle Shanahan has never beat. Like you and I, like how confident are you? Like we're not going to see more of that because we've seen parts of that in that Chiefs game. I mean, in that Seahawks game last week. How close did they get? 6 points? Like how many times did they give it New England a chance to come back before they finally fucking put them away in the fourth quarter? You know what I mean? Like,
well, Seattle was kind of a dominant performance. Bro. They kind of dominated the whole game.
Well, until like, but think about it though, right?
They just had that one interception where they thought they had a momentum change, and then.
But they drove back down the field. Threw that fucking touchdown pass to DK Metcalf that got called back on like an offensive lineman downfield or some shit or illegal formation, and then ultimately the Niners ended up stopping them or some shit.
Yeah, tight end was covered.
But like that game was pretty close, bro. Like
tight end was on.
Came down to like a 5-point lead at one point before the Niners ended up like taking it away with Isaac Garendo. You know what I mean? Oh, another injury was J.P. Mason still out there. And no contact, but they said he's practicing. They said it was an injury that he might have, maybe took.
No, I think
wasn't serious. 3 to 4 days to heal, maybe.
Mustafa got a low ankle sprain.
Couple more injuries, yeah.
I don't know. I was watching Jair Brown, a little clip of Jair Brown like juggling the ball, but fucking just.
Hey, it's a trip because besides, like they say, Travis Kelce's not having like a good year, but. This is they're coming off a bye week, so they're looking to come back hard. You know what I mean? Pause. But So, what do you expect from Purdy right now? What do you think this like a game that's going to be for him? Because we've seen so many different types of games from him. We've seen like 3 touchdown Purdy. We've seen 1 touchdown, 2 pick Purdy. We've seen 2 touchdown, no pick Purdy.
I think this is the game he goes out there and fucking wins all the haters over. He goes out and outperforms Mahomes.
How do you think he does that?
Whether they win or, like I said, Ayuk's going to be a big part of this. Kittle's going to be a big part of it. Juszczyk's going to be a big part of it. You know what I mean?
What do you like?
That's the key to success in this game. Everybody knows how to stop Debo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So how do we stop this? Like, okay, so we're coming off a win, but how do we stop the losing streak, right? We've seen like how the losses are, right? It's like when the offense kind of stutters and then the defense can't keep up, right? So the offense needs to stay. Like I talked about it earlier. You see like Detroit, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, like these offenses like scoring like crazy. Like where are our superstars? These guys you named, they need to do that in order to win this game, bro.
It's like I said last year, bro. You can only do that.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. Every player can't do it every game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One player's got to stand out, or 2 players got to stand out. All of them can't.
Ain't that what Gronk said in that one right before that one game a couple of weeks ago? He was like, someone needs to be the it guy or some shit. You know what I mean? Can you pause?
Yeah, it's possible.
After a quick commercial break, we need commercials. After a quick commercial break,
we got to get big enough.
Hey, have you seen those? You listen to the radio a lot? Have you heard those Top Dog Law commercials?
Yeah.
He's like, Top Dog, you want your money? We gonna pull up in that new Benz. It's like he's trying to rap, but he ain't rapping.
Yeah.
I told my girls, like, hey, I'm gonna see if they want to sponsor the pod. So yeah, one of the things we touched on in that little break,
Boys.
That's your favorite joke on here. I should just cut up every time we say that. We were talking about the inconsistencies of the offense going into this game. You know, like how much do you think going up against Spagnuolo? You touched on it earlier. Never beating Spagnuolo, never beating Mahomes, never beating fucking Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I just said his name twice.
You said Mahomes and
then Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid and his walrus face. I made another AI earlier where I was talking about that. I was like, Kyle Shanahan saying, if I lose another fucking game to this broccoli head frog and this walrus face asshole. But I don't know if you caught what I said earlier about Shanahan. We talked about your brother was asking us. Or he said, you're one of the Shanahan haters too now. And I was like saying, like, I think Shanahan can get the team to like his system and his play calling, right? Like it's very like strategic, right? It's very like people say it's script, like he has scripted plays. Like he expects things to kind of go his way sometimes, or like the players to execute, which is his like way of throwing players under the bus. But I said earlier, like you could he could take you so far, right? Maybe it's like the fourth quarter. And I think there's a point in time where like if Brock Purdy really is that guy, like he needs to be able to take over in those fourth quarters and like just start kind of like commanding the offense more. You know what I mean? Like picking up the tempo and things like that. That's what I want to see. That's kind of like something I would expect to see, like especially this week. You know what I mean?
we're paused.
Making sure we're recording right here. we have a PTSD from the last time that happened. Do you think you know what I mean? You got anything on you think that's a fault right now with Purdy, or something that you want to see more out of him too? Because you and I said we're not really sold on Shanahan. Not really. I don't know if you're 100% sold on Purdy. There's always that discussion's always going to be hanging over him this whole season.
But okay.
The contract thing.
I'm sold on Purdy, man.
Yeah.
I'm just overhearing the haters because no matter what Purdy does, he's got haters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit. Was it Debo's podcast? I seen George Kittle on.
Oh yeah, just recently, yeah.
Yeah, and think the chick they had on there that was doing the interview was saying something about the Purdy haters, and she said she was initially like a Purdy, not necessarily a hater, but like okay, is this a fantasy story? It's gonna come to an end sooner or later. He's gonna.
Like the Cinderella story.
Yeah, and she said it hasn't, and she's sold now. But and it's like George Kittle said, is no matter what Purdy does, they're gonna hate on him. They said he's only that good because he has all the weapons. Well, there was games where him and Debo and McCaffrey didn't play, and Purdy still did pretty good. Jawan Jennings stepped up.
Yeah.
No matter what he does, there's gonna be them haters, and it's just they hate to see Mr. Irrelevant become relevant.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of players just accept that position of Mr. Irrelevant and just kind of go with the flow, and he's not accepting it. He's going to be making it a point to prove that he's very relevant.
But remember, like a couple of weeks ago, I think I told you like how, or I might have just did it like on one of the topics in my solo episode that week going into Arizona. Maybe I was saying how like it's funny how when Brock Purdy does hella good, like everybody's on his nuts. And then when he does bad, like everyone's like, "Oh, he is who we thought he was. He's Mr. Irrelevant again," Like, and I feel like that's gonna be his his overall like narrative until like he does like again like starts taking more command of the offense, like making the team his, And I think he has to do that in these fourth quarters, these especially these games that we lost, where he's had opportunities to really take the lead because again. People, we just seen Dallas get out, but we've also seen Dallas like win in the fourth quarter this year. We've seen Kansas City, they're 5-0 and they're winning games in the fourth quarter. Like the 49ers haven't been able to do that. You know what I mean? Like they've been able to get leads on teams and then lose them or struggle to hold on to them. You know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, with that being said, what is getting a lead on a team to the 49ers? Because it's apparent that a multiple score lead
isn't guaranteed. Yeah.
Multiple score lead isn't guaranteed.
Multiple score lead ain't guaranteed. This is the red and gold till we dead and we go about some freestyle on the freaking podcast. No, so okay, so what happens is how long can they play complimentary football, right? It seems like we used to be a second half team. It seems like we're a first half team now, and we're coming out of these second halves like a little deflated. We start giving up. But hey, no, it isn't. I'm kind of sidetracking here. I started paying attention more to like Nick Sorensen and the way he talks. I don't know. I don't really doesn't really give me much confidence. I don't know though. I have a feeling like there's another little scapegoat laying in there. But we kind of talked on that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, derailed that little thing, but offensively, bro, Brock Purdy again, right? Like, whether or not he is the guy, to me, I think you and I touched on it multiple times, right? Like, I mean, we're sold on like he's the best quarterback. I think you would actually agree he's the best quarterback we've had under Kyle Shanahan. I think he gives us the most upside right now.
Best quarterback we've had since I would say Jeff
Garcia. Well, he's also one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, playing. You know what I mean? Playing consistently, pretty well. But he's also shown us he's had some ups and down games, and that's the Brock Purdy I don't want to see this week. One thing.
Will you put money on my books?
If you get locked up?
I'm behind bars.
Earlier when we went to Bishop's, my son took a picture behind that they got like a little jail cell. I was telling her the first time we went out there was 2020, right? And I was like COVID had been around for 4 or 5 months by that time. And I remember we went out there and nobody was wearing masks. And I wasn't like at the time, I was always like, this shit ain't real. And I didn't really believe in masks, but it was still like around town, you would see people wearing them. So when I went out there and nobody was wearing masks, I remember telling her, I'm like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. None of these people are wearing masks out here, right? And then when we went back today, I was like, hey, remember when I was tripping on people not wearing masks? I was like, yeah, that's back when I was a white for Harris. Before I knew it.
Oh yeah, they're a little more right over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's big old Trump signs everywhere. Anyways, Ray, before because I wanted to at least, get a good little hour of recording, and we're sitting at about 34 minutes right now. One thing I wanted to really just kind of highlight, we touched on it last week, but the rookies. Did you ever watch that show, The Boys? It's pretty dope on Amazon Prime. It's pretty cool. Anyways.
That's why I keep saying it.
Yeah, The Boys. Your last name is Du Bois?
Du Bois.
Ray Du Bois?
Dubois.
Okay. Hey, can you please no. So the rookies last week really stepped up. Bernardo Green, Malik Mustafa, Isaac Garendo. Did you see because it was weird because we played Thursday, so like we had like a little stretch. It's been about like a week now, 10 days going into Sunday. But did you see how like everyone was talking about why he slid?
Garendo?
Yeah, like even Shanahan like talked about it too.
No.
Like he was like Garendo said that he thought he should have. Like he's like, I made a business decision, like, and everyone was like, oh, you should have scored. Like Debo said he should have scored.
Oh, I thought it was more or less the way he got hit.
Shanahan commented that he thinks that that Seattle corner is pretty fast.
I thought it was because he got his leg
Ankle,
clipped.
yeah.
And to me, when I seen it, I thought, fuck, like he might have fucking did some damage or something the way he went down. But now you saying it was more of an intentional slide?
He said he did, and then they asked like Shanahan if they coached that or if they told him, because I guess he did comment that he thought he seen somebody on the sideline telling him to go down. But then Debo was like, I don't know, if I was him, I would have scored. And then George,
well, there was still hell of time left.
Well, George Kittle said he's like, no, he only slid, he only went down so that Kyle Juszczyk can score a touchdown, which is part true.
But there was hell of time still left when he
did
that. So I don't know. When I seen it, I thought it was the way the guy hit his foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He went down that way to kind of save injury or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that was an intentional slide. I mean, right on.
Another
way to keep the clock running, I guess.
Another theme because
there was like a minute and something left.
It's something that like where you've seen people get like criticized about it before, where like in big games where like they go up, like the guy gets a big run and he scores a touchdown, and it's like, oh no, you should have just went down so we can run out the clock. Because now they're going to have a chance to go downfield, blah blah. So I don't know if it was something like that, but again, we shouted him out on the last episode, all those rookies. But again, right, Mason being hurt. You and I, we've talked about it many times on this show this season. The expectations we had for Grando, we thought, coming in, he'd be used more, or maybe, just maybe I said it, his measurables. We've also seen him on the field, like in his limited playing time, where like it seems like he's like a hit or miss type guy. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna kind of compare him to JP. We've kind of seen the same with JP early in his career. And he came and said, it took him a couple years to mature and really understand the game.
Yeah.
That's why he's having the success he is now, because when we played him before, we seen potential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now the only thing is that he has a little bit of fumble problems.
JP or Grando?
JP.
Yeah. Well, didn't Grando too when they put him up there in that punt return or some shit? Yeah,
that was but Garando's kind of green all around. Like he wasn't even a starter in college until I think he only started his last season.
He might be a secret weapon in this game, though. Potentially.
I mean,
because even the Chiefs are a little banged up too.
Yeah.
We got all these weapons, bro. And one thing I wanted to kind of like ask you too was like, I should have brought it up when we were talking about Brock Purdy, but do you think this is one of those games where I think maybe we did kind of touch on it before we paused, but we didn't really. I know I need to stop saying touched on it. But maybe we didn't get too in depth on it. Was the Brock Purdy in this Chiefs game? Like, what do you like ultimately can you see from him? Like
I'll play Mahomes.
but like, are we talking like a 1 touchdown game, a 2 touchdown game, something like that? You see him feeding somebody, you see him trying, you know what I mean? Like,
I already said that you, Kittle.
yeah.
I
think that's what we were talking about. We were gonna have like a little.
I think he's gonna have.
Yeah.
I want to say 3, but I'll be safe and say 2.
2,
and then maybe a rushing touchdown.
Because I remember, yeah, like right before we paused, right, like you were getting into that, and I remember being like, I wanted to kind of like debate you on that one and be like, I think you were kind of leaning more towards like a more productive game for Brock, and I was like, to me, I was like, I feel like I don't think he played that 2022 game, right?
Not sure.
I think he didn't come in until like week.
Yeah. When you try to ask me,
I just always remember
recent
because
history, I'm a casual.
I just always remember because me and you watched the games a lot together the past couple of years. So that day, I wasn't here on time, and you were like, "Oh, fucking Garoppolo's hurt now," and it was the Miami game, and then me and you were both like, "Well, here comes this fucking Brock Purdy kid." Like, I guess here goes our season. You know what I mean? Like that was my thoughts, bro. It's like when I finally got here, like our fucking season's over, and then I pulled up, and you're like, "Hey, this Brock Purdy dude." You know what I mean? Like ultimately we won that game. Yeah, I think so. He didn't play Kansas City, so I think this is really only his second time playing KC. You know what I mean? And then in the Super Bowl, he did okay. He didn't do too bad, but like I said it last week.
I think he outperformed Mahomes there too.
But he also, I was gonna say, like,
didn't their defense wasn't their defense
well, no, their defense kind of strapped up, bro. They
different?
shut, you know what I mean?
Their defense, I think they
shut Kittle down. They kind of
got a pick 6 or something.
Shut Ayuk down. I don't know. I don't even think Brock threw a pick in the Super Bowl. I don't think it was anything like that. I just want to say he only had like 1 touchdown. You know?
I think their defense made plays and
got
the ball back or something.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, you know, Brock not putting the team on his back. Like I said, if we won that Super Bowl, I think I said it last week, he wasn't going to be the MVP. It was going to be Juwan Jennings. Fucking dude was having a monster game. You know what I mean? Shit. Hopefully he ain't hurt because he might be the key to winning this game too. Him, Garando.
They said soreness. He's just taking it easy.
I'm with you on the.
I talked to my insiders.
I'm with you on like the game. There is games where Brock like. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I guess I'm here saying I need to see him take it over in the fourth quarter. And how many times have we seen fucking Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City score like 2 touchdowns in like 10 minutes?
Oh fuck, like 3 minutes.
When was the last time you seen the 49ers do something like that? Even when the defense gets turnovers, like how long does it take for them to finally get a fucking? Even if they don't get a touchdown, like they drain so much time. Like Shanahan is obsessed with draining time off the clock, even if it just ends in like a field goal. You know what I mean?
So that kind of goes back to when I told you. I heard a report that they were saying Shanahan don't build teams to win Super Bowls. He builds them to stay relevant for multiple years. And then I was watching Larry Krueger and I forget. I don't even want to disrespect the dude and say something, but say the wrong name. But he was with somebody, and they were talking about how long does Shanahan have before York fucking. Damn, you swinging on me?
My bad. I was trying to get that smoke out your face.
Man, you look like you was trying to get the smoke
with these donor glasses.
No, they were saying like how many opportunities are they going to give Shanahan before they
Well, Seifert, I see a stat today. Seifert got fired in his 8th season or some shit like that, and that's where Shanahan's at right now, right?
Shanahan's in his 8th, but was it Seifert got 10?
No, I think that was Walsh. Maybe
Walsh got 10. Seifert got 8. So yeah, they're saying he was saying that they might give him 12.
Couldn't believe that. I think that's Krug's theory right now too.
Yeah, like I said, he was been saying the same thing, and you guys can go back in the episodes back when I said Shanahan builds his teams to be relevant, not to win Super Bowls, and that's what Krug alluded to. Yeah, is Shanahan just wants to be relevant and be able to make the playoffs every year, make a good push.
Yeah,
and keep,
I was listening.
Keep the Yorks happy.
today I was listening to a Cone and
What he did say was, if Jed don't fire him, Jed's parents might step in.
Yeah. Yeah. I was listening to Cone and Naylor today, and they were kind of talking about that too.
Who's her?
No, Jesse Naylor.
Nail her.
No, Jesse Naylor. You know Jesse Naylor though. They were talking about.
You know Cortez nail him.
No, they were talking about something like that too. About how like for the longest time, like everyone spoke so highly of Kyle Shanahan and like the NFL media. Where like now you're starting to see where like they're criticizing him more, like on NFL Network and shit. And like Jed York and the owners, they're probably not going to start. They're not going to care for that for too long, you know. So when he wins,
they're making him look like a clown. So he's
But when he wins, he's obviously gets praised. You know what I mean? And then when he loses, you know, it took the longest time for I feel like people to hold him accountable. I think you and I are finally starting to see that. And that'll kind of lead to my final prediction later on. Real quick, you talked about I wanted to tell you about the QB, the power rankings. You said you didn't really see them, but it's like your normal cast of people. Of course, Mahomes is in there. Like I seen he was like at number 10, but Lamar always a favorite. That rookie Jaden Daniels is in there right now. But Brock's not in there. But you know what I was thinking about, bro? Isn't it a fucking like I was thinking the other day, isn't it so crazy? Like we live in a universe where Sam Darnold is undefeated and like in the MVP fucking like conversations.
Bro, I was trying to tell you, you hate on the dude so much, but it's like, dude, he's not. Yeah, he had he got thrown to the wolves when he got drafted. You know what I mean? Like he didn't.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Brock Purdy didn't get thrown to the wolves. You know, who knows what his career would have been if he just got thrown out there.
Most definitely, yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean? Look at Baker Mayfield nowadays. Fucking dude's balling, and he had a mediocre to fucking lackluster career to start off with. You know, he had a good first 2 years, then kind of fell off and just was real cocky. Got a lot of
around too.
Couple teams, but look what he's doing in Tampa Bay, dude. I mean,
balling, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people say imagine him on this system.
That was an option I thought at one point.
Yeah. He's got a stronger arm than
Brock.
Yeah.
But imagine him and Bosa on the same team.
Yeah, with their history. Probably wouldn't work out. Okay, so we hit that real quick, right? Which I thought was funny. You know what I mean? I just wanted to touch on that. Real quick. That's what she said. So then, what else was it? I had one more I wanted to hit you with real quick. The trade deadline.
Oh yeah.
You said you heard some speculations, and that's all we can really do, right? We're not experts, right? But you seen Devontae Adams get shipped out from one losing team to another. Raiders, you guys fucking suck. Aaron Rodgers, fucking, I don't know what the fuck, bro. Robert Saleh, fuck, dude, poor dude, got canned for nothing, pretty much.
Rodgers is notorious for getting coaches fired, bro.
Yeah. They should have fired. Hey, look at Dallas, bro. I literally thought Dallas would have fired Mike McCarthy last year.
No.
I feel like Jerry Jones used to be like a tougher owner. Or am I tripping? You know what I mean? I know I'm like a casual NFL fan. Like I'm a diehard 49er fan. There's a difference. But so you know, to me, right? One of the things I go and you can tell me, right? Like tell me this right now, like in terms of like you can kind of skip and Shannon this. If you can only make one trade, is it for defense or offense? Because me personally, like I don't feel like the defense is there's defensive issues that I personally feel are like coaching issues. You know what I mean? Not like personnel issues. And then
I think we need to bulk up our defensive line depth.
So who do you I see so many people talking about, you know who I seen them throwing out this week? Max Crosby.
I seen that.
And you know why I say, for one, right? Like I know, like not that I wouldn't like it, right? But I know why it wouldn't happen. Because Max Crosby strikes me as the type of dude that really likes being on the Raiders because that's his team. And like I think that if he goes to any other team, I don't think he's that good.
Huh?
I don't think he's that good.
You put him opposite of Bosa. Well, here's the thing.
How many times have we said that about Leonard Floyd?
That's what I was.
Chase Young, Randy Gregory. You know.
That's what I was just gonna say. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. You know, what I mean, I'd like to say, but you're right. You're right. You know, he might not be built for the wide 9 system. You know, and that might be it.
Are you talking about Cortez?
But
He's built for the wide 9. Hey,
he's
people, we're gonna check out this pod when I hand out all these stickers, and they're gonna be like, "These guys are pretty cool." This is the best podcast that you guys don't know about. That's what this is right here, bro. So if you don't mind, I don't mind if we go over a little bit. Trade deadline, though. You really think that the, you know what I mean, that the
so
defense, like, you know what I mean, because like
if we go after anything. Man, yeah, I do think it's going to be defense. It has to be defense. We need depth at D line because of injuries.
But
we need depth at linebacker because of fucking Campbell.
True.
You know what I mean?
But we got depth there already with the rookies, bro.
Yeah, but they're rookies.
Like how many times we seen the rookies show up last week?
Yeah, but can they be consistent or is it flashes? And there's a reason, bro. Like Jalen Graham.
Seattle was our best win so far.
I know, but we put Jalen Graham on the practice squad. And then he got picked up by a team and got put on their practice.
Picked him up again.
So then we picked him. You know what I mean? But there's something that's not there with him. You know what I mean?
Well,
like what we see on TV ain't what the coaches see in practice.
Well, I also think that we contribute so much of Shanahan to the offense that we got to understand that Shanahan's like philosophy also applies to the defense. Like he doesn't like to play rookies that much. You know what I mean?
No, but why do you get rid of Jalen Graham and keep Campbell?
Because Shanahan likes veterans.
There's more upside to Graham than Campbell.
That's what me and you would say. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, when Graham went to Washington, he was put on the practice squad. So there's something that he's lacking right now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe his first step, maybe his first step or something.
It could just be like, it could just be like body, physique, body. Take a quick pause. Yeah.
I might have it cash in my wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it right here.
Yeah.
No, if you want to, I mean,
I can just hit him up in hands. Sure, just to make for sure.
Yeah, that way we got fucking plenty.
Yeah, I thought about that too because I was like, I already started handing some out. I was like, well, I want to take enough to the game, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, again, right? Like, so I started it, defensively. I mean, if we had that luxury of fixing that, I wouldn't have no confidence in anything they would do there because they haven't shown me that they could work. I feel like that system, whoever is there, it's just like, I think it's more like kind of worn its welcome in that regard. You know what I mean? Like, how many people have we seen? Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be plug and play. We talking, you know what I mean? Like,
well, the thing with that too is I hear the asking price for him is real high. Like I hear 2 first-round picks or something like that.
Who's that for again?
Crosby.
But
I do definitely think we need to get some depth.
Yeah.
At D tackle, which Crosby ain't no D tackle. But
one of the ones I've seen recently too, and you talked about it last week.
DJ Moore.
Well, I was going to shift it to
DJ Jones.
I was going to shift it to the offense. Was you talked about Mostert? That one kind of started getting some traction this week too.
Yeah, but
because we right?
No.
Yeah, you know
what I mean? It plug and play right there. That's plug and play. But I don't think we need to worry about the offense.
Yeah,
I think our defense is what's ended up hurting us this year, and we've been saying, because our offense ain't playing complementary football.
Yeah,
but when you get down to the root of it, I mean, we don't have depth at D tackle.
Yeah.
Arizona ran all over us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's been another challenge for us, but they're down
and
running back too.
That starts at our D line.
Yeah.
Kansas
City's down there starting running back and they're starting wide receiver, I think. But I mean, my bad. Our D, especially
the Kansas City reminds me of how the Steelers were back in the day. Is they lost one star and another
Another one,
star came
yeah.
up, right? You know,
Well, that's usually a sign
they-
of a really
when-
good
when-
quarterback, right?
when they lost, what's his name? He went to the Jets. He wanted to trade. They franchise tagged him for like 3 years straight, and then he
Revis? No.
no, not Revis.
Heinz Ward? No.
No, he does celebrity boxing now.
Antonio Brown? No.
The running back,
Shit.
Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, Bell, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell left, thinking that the Steelers it was gonna hurt the Steelers, and then fucking who was it? James Conner. James Conner came in and did,
Dude's a beast, bro.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then fucking
You're for Arizona. That's the same dude, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then James Conner left, and they got that dude from right here, Antioch.
Yeah.
What's the dude's name? Fuck, they were talking about him about 10 years ago when he was a high school player. He was like
Aaron Hernandez?
no,
No.
Pittsburgh's running back.
Hey, it's hella funny, right? Me and you like talking, just being right here on the pod. Like I was already talking shit about the Aaron Hernandez show, and then like now everyone's all like, "Have you seen the Aaron Hernandez show?" And I'm all like, "Well, you know what I mean?" I quit watching that shit after the second episode.
After the 13th wiener.
Yeah, but so it's official. We're locked in. Sunday, we will be there, boots on the ground, bro. To me, bro, I just wanted to get into like this final little, this is our final thoughts going into this Chiefs game, bro. Again, right? Like my final prediction, like my final thoughts, how I'm feeling. Like I'm excited. This is gonna be my first ever fucking NFL, 49ers football experience. So it's gonna be dope. That's what I meant about like I want the full experience. No Diddy, no Diddy oil, just straight up fucking cooking oil. We're gonna have good breakfast there at the tailgate. But that'd be dope if we had like custom flags and shit. You know what I mean? Nah, but so Chiefs. Okay. Me, I think I kind of said it earlier. We're sitting at 3-3. If the 49ers lose this game, I really feel like it's gonna fucking break the team, bro. That's my dead ass thought. Like that's my most serious thought. Like I feel like if this team loses once again to the Chiefs, bro, like they're gonna start looking at Shanahan and being like, "What the fuck are we doing here? Like, what is this guy doing?" Like, because ultimately, unless it comes down to some crazy shit where, like you said, like players are, like Jordan Mason, like if it's like a fumbling or turnover issue, maybe Brock Purdy just has the most terrible game of his life. But that's me. That's worst case scenario. Now, I feel if the 49ers win this game, it's one of those pivotal points where like it'll really be a confidence booster, like really help them get over like these couple of losses they've already had. It'll kind of like give them that like little bit of momentum. Like we're already coming off a big win in Seattle, probably like the best win that we've had so far. So, earlier I said this season, if we won this game, it was a slap in our face. And I'm looking at it now like this is the game we kind of need to like really save our season if we want to push for this playoff hopes. You know what I mean? Because
I don't think it's the game. I mean, to save our season.
How important is like how many? Like again, you said it before. We never.
I think it's just more important just to get over that hump of we can't beat them.
They're 4-0 on us.
I don't think it's like you got to save our season.
Well, what do you mean? Like in terms of like right now we're number one in our division by half a game. We've lost in terrible fashion, like embarrassing fashion 3 times. You know what I mean? Already. So you look at the NFC. We talked about it earlier. You look at Tampa Bay, and this might be the year. Like we did our initial preseason prediction, and we talked about where we would end up being in the playoffs, like seeding wise. This might be the season where we if we're like we win the division, then we might be 4th. Where Tampa Bay and Detroit or Green Bay, like these guys are ahead of us, So that means we would end up having to play the wild card round. And look at these, you know what I mean? Like defensively, like, yeah, there is weaknesses, bro. There's obviously a lot of stuff I'm not confident about, and there's a lot of offenses that are playing pretty well. And the thing is, it seems like even with all this firepower, that our offense can't keep up, like on that tempo, that scale. You know what I mean? So this isn't going to be like one of those like playoff runs where like we dominate at home all the time, because we might win that one home game, and then we got to go on the road to Detroit, or we got to go, and then Detroit like in fucking January, bro. I mean, they're indoors, but it's still gonna be cold as fuck. Or Green Bay in January. Like, imagine if Green Bay wins their division.
Yeah.
And we got to play Green Bay in January. But no, I do. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is one of those. Yeah, I know it's only AFC, like in terms of like that regard, right? Like, if we lost to Kansas City, like, yeah, ultimately it wouldn't like affect the AFC, like the NFC, like playoff positioning. And it wouldn't like doom the season, but I think it's more of like a psychological thing, like sports psychology, you know, like losing to them 5 times. You just lost to them in the Super Bowl, like, and it was hella that was an embarrassing loss too. I still can't get over the embarrassing loss to Sam Darnold. After the Chiefs, we got the Cowboys, and then we played the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, and then Seahawks again at home, and then we got to play Green Bay.
No, we got a tough schedule coming up.
We're in Green Bay, and we're in Buffalo.
I'm not worried about Green Bay or Buffalo.
We got to play Chicago.
Yeah.
Green Bay and Buffalo.
Even though what's the name's balling out.
But Green Bay and Buffalo are playing hella good, bro. Tampa Bay is playing hella good. Tampa Bay. We still got to play the Dolphins. They suck.
Yeah, we got to it.
We got to play the Lions, but that's at home.
Daniel's about to be the next coach to be fired.
Yeah. We got to play the Lions, but that's at home. We finished the season with the Cardinals. So there's a tough stretch coming up. But yeah, again, like in turn, yeah, I think it's pivotal more of like a psychological standpoint. So again, boots on the ground. We're gonna be there this week. What are your final thoughts, Ray? You got a score prediction? You got a pivotal, like any bold prediction? Like, you're gonna be there live. What do you want to see? You want to see the 49ers win? You want to see fucking walk-off touchdowns, some interceptions? Like, what's going on, Ray? You excited for this tailgate? Tail.
Oh. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a Niner win. Again, wanting to win, not expecting to. So we're gonna be there regardless, win or lose.
Imagine you're the coach.
I didn't tell you this yet.
What?
But I got like backstage passes, so you can meet Taylor Swift.
Shit. I thought you were about to pull some behind the scenes shit right now. Like, hey, check this out.
I was, bro. Taylor Swift. You're not excited?
She gonna be there? My daughter asked me that. She's like, "Is Taylor Swift gonna be there?" I was like, "I don't think so. Maybe
I'll get a picture of her."
Yeah.
Zoom.
But hey, so yeah, for the importance of it, bro. My prediction is it's my first win. I mean, my first game. So I'm predicting the win, bro. They have to win. I got to bring good luck to the team. I'm gonna rock that Kittle jersey. I said I was never gonna wear it again, but I'm gonna wear it for Kittle today, this Sunday, bro. I'm gonna predict a win, bro. I don't think it's gonna be one of those dominant wins. I don't really think the Kansas City is a team that we could just blow out. I think it'll be one of those fucking nail biters again. And maybe I'm just hoping for a good game, but I think it's gonna be crazy on Sunday, bro. I think it's gonna be one of those. You kind of made me lean more into a Brock Purdy like 2 touchdown games, but I think the running game is going to be the difference Sunday for us, especially if Mason can play. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe. I just think Ayuk's going to have a big game. Purdy might have more touchdowns. He might have 2.
Yeah.
He might. I think Ayuk might get 2 himself. Kittle gets 1.
Yeah, because realistically, I could see
Debo might get 1 on a sweep or end around. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Like, realistically, like especially because you said we've seen like inconsistent like run defense where like sometimes teams can run on us, sometimes they don't.
But I think Purdy might have that chip on his shoulder to where no matter what he does, he has doubters. So he might go in there with the chip on his shoulder and just outperform Mahomes. You know what I mean? It's the game of the week, Fox game of the week. So it's a.
Sure, we might get on TV.
We'll be like little red dots.
But what if they zoom in on us?
Maybe.
The 49 Problems live on fucking Fox. Is Tom Brady going to be narrating?
We need to get a banner.
Is Tom Brady? I know that'd be so dope. Is Tom Brady commentating? Commentating? I don't know.
Maybe. It's game of the week, so probably.
Dude, that'd be dope if we met Tom Brady too.
I went and seen him when he came to Frisco when he was in New England, when he played for New England.
Yeah.
I was able to come up on tickets that time too.
That's dope. It's gonna be fun, dude. I'm excited. I'm fucking excited. Hell yeah. Yeah, so if it's official, you heard it from us, 49 Problems. That's a win. And I think we could wrap the episode up on that. For another episode of 49 Problems, Ray, who got it better than us?
Oh, buddy.
As always, the red and gold.
Till I'm dead and cold. Ray J. Garcia.
Kyle J. Vigil. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify. I need to start telling people all that shit. YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Hit us up. See us at the game. Get your sticker. Maybe we'll do some trivia and some interviews and get some quotes for the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Fucking let's go 49ers. This is where we turn the season around, and I think this would be a big booster for us to go into the playoffs, hopefully down the road, and win that Super Bowl, bro, and bring home number 6. Because I think this is our last fucking year, bro. At least with this little team, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Some people are gonna go. It just one last thing. If you're at the game, look for us. Woodland Faithful flag gonna be flying. We have a little bit of food on the grill. Passing out our stickers. Who knows? You might creep up on us while we're doing the pod. You might be able to get featured on it.
I might smoke something.
We got some questions we want to ask. The fans walking in, Chiefs and Niner fans.
Yep.
We want to get both perspectives because when the Chiefs say they're going to win, we're going to boo them.
Yeah.
When Niners fans say they're going to win, we're going to win. We're going to cheer them.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We should just roast all the Chiefs fans over there.
So.
All right, then. 49 Palms. We're out.